My thoughts, my opinion. Sports podcast.
Oh, what it is! Welcome back to another episode of MTMO Sports Podcast, dogs. Y'all already know this episode is about to be dope. You feel me? Because I got a couple of things that I want to talk about. You feel me? And those couple of things I want to talk about is which team has surprised me in the NFL so far, man. I cannot wait to tell y'all which team really surprised me, man. And I really thought that they would be a little bit better than this year. But I ain't going to sit there and keep you on suspense. The next topic I'm going to be talking about is which key player injury will have a major impact on this team, on their team season, man. Oof, man, it's a lot of big names that took a lot of injury this year, man, and it's really set some teams back, has some teams kind of recalibrate some things and looking to see how they're going to retool and continue the season. And another topic I'm going to be talking about is going to be week 3, man, giving y'all the recap because, it's some teams that got exposed and it's some teams that came alive, boy. And I'm going to give y'all my week 4 prediction, you feel me, and I got my random thought, boys. A new segment I'm going to be adding in at the each show for real. It's called My Random Thought. And I cannot wait to tell y'all what my random thought on this one particular thing that happened in the NBA. And I'm pretty sure everybody know what happened so far. But like I said, man, let's get this show on the road. You feel me? But first and foremost, as always, you feel me? This show is most definitely sponsored by Reinvent Yourself Fitness. If you're looking to get back into the gym, if you're looking for that personal trainer that can help you get right, get that body tight, and have you looking good. Because, the winter's coming, summer will be coming back around. So if you're looking to get a head start on that next year's summer body, man, hit my bro up. I guarantee you he will help you get right. You feel me? All you got to do is hit him on his Instagram, hit him in his DM, let him know that Dave sent you to say that you're looking to try to get in shape. Yo, he can help you get right, and most definitely help you meal prep. Because like I said, he's helping your boy out. I done already in the shed already, probably about close to 5 pounds now on the regimen that he's been helping me out with. So I'm trying to tell y'all, check my guy out already. And before we get this show started, man, if you have not already, please do so. Like, share, subscribe, leave the comments inside the comment when it's time. When you want to comment, you feel me? Make sure you do that because, like I said, I'm trying to reach over 1,000 subscribers. You feel me? So make sure you go tell a friend who can be a friend, who could possibly want to be your friend. You feel me? That MTMO guy here got one of the dopest shows out here. You feel me? So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You feel me? And before I get this show started, make sure, if you're not already, to enter the grid, man. Follow the Grid Network. We got dope shows, you feel me? Not just my show. We got dope other shows like Carving It Up with Bryson. We have All Even Podcasts. We got Clutch Sports Talk. We got Outside the Cage for my MMA people. We also got The Forum if you're a Lakers fan. And now newly we got the Raiders podcast, the Raiders Roundup, who did their debut yesterday, man. I'm trying to tell you, the Grid Network has dope content and dope content creators. So make sure you want to hear something different, man. That'll be different. Follow the Grid Network. I guarantee you it's going to be dope shows. You feel me? So now that I got that out the way, you feel me? Let's get this show started. Yo, like I said, man, it's a team that surprised me this year, and I really thought that this team was going to be better than what they is. I understand, yes, we only going into week 4 of the season, but I expected these guys to be more dominant, more superior. The momentum that they had from the end of last year was going to translate over to this year. And that team, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to look like, for real, this team that really surprised me so far this year, and I thought that it was going to be just a little bit better than they are right now. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm understanding people probably scratching your heads like, really, Dad? Out of the 0-3 Bears, out of the 0-3 Vikings, out of the 1-2 Chargers, out of all of those other teams, you said the Jacksonville Jaguars Are your surprise team that you thought that will probably do better? Yes. I honestly thought that because the way that Jacksonville was having that momentum at the end of last year, man, it was like, whoa, Jacksonville finally might have made it over that hump. Finally might have shown that change of head coach really helped them out tremendously. It's going to help Trevor Lawrence out. It's going to help that offense out. And that's what we was thinking. We also had the Jacksonville Jaguars winning that division. I know I did. And I understand, yes, it's early in the season. I totally get it. But at the same time, I would thought they would do better than what they are. Because what they are, 1-2 right now. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 1-2. And like I said, yes, I understand we going into week 4. We still got a nice length of a season to go. But I felt like Jacksonville, they just lost last Sunday to the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, who's the team that's trying to establish who they are, is trying to figure out what type of culture that D'Amico Ryans is going to bring to that organization. That's the same team that lost to my beloved Ravens on week 1. Now, it wasn't no blowout. It wasn't nothing like that. It wasn't no landslide. But at the same time, it's the Houston Texans that's really trying to figure out who they are. And we all thought, at least I thought, that the Jacksonville Jaguars found out who they were last year. When they went toe-to-toe with the Chargers in the playoffs last year, when they knocked them out, and everybody rooted against the Jaguars. Everybody was hopping on the Chargers because the Chargers was the high-power team. Justin Herbert is that quarterback that's in that top tier of probably top 5 or top 10 quarterbacks right now. So we all really thought, Trevor Lawrence, he's just the guy that came for Clemson that won a couple championships with Clemson, and he hasn't really translated for him yet. But it showed that now. I'm not saying that Trevor Lawrence had the best season last year. Now, Trevor Lawrence did have up and down. Trevor Lawrence wasn't the top quarterback as I'm thinking. I still believe that he's in that top 10 to 15 range, maybe. And it's like it's no disrespect. I'm probably just kind of putting him down just a little bit, but he's up in that top 10 range, maybe. Around that 12th, 13th quarterback in the league, possibly. So I expect more from Trevor Lawrence, especially coming in this year. I said, he's under that system, a full training camp, a full year. He has no excuses, and he should be way better than what he was last year. But the simple fact that Trevor Lawrence right now is a 64.6% completion. He's thrown 736 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he's been sacked 6 times. Right now, in my opinion, man, Trevor Lawrence is not having a really good start off of the season, in my opinion. I thought Trevor Lawrence, because one of my Grid Network buddies, Bryson, said that Trevor Lawrence is the 3rd best quarterback in the league. Not in the AFC, in the league. I honestly do not. When he said that, I was like, "What? You honestly think that?" You just going to be, I understand you. Patrick Mahomes is your top guy, and then that number 2 probably can go a couple different ways, like a Josh Allen, maybe Lamar, maybe, somewhere up in those range. But you actually think that what Trevor Lawrence season that he had last year, that he was actually going to be a 3rd best quarterback in the league? Bryson, are you still want to back these words up, my man? Do you still think Trevor Lawrence is the 3rd best quarterback in the league? I don't think you want to back those words up as of right now. I understand we still got a long way to go. We still need to see more things coming from Trevor Lawrence. In my opinion, I feel like this team going to have to do a whole 360. I chose to pick them to win that division. So I'm still expecting the Jaguars to figure it out, to get things right, and actually start winning more games this year. But as of right now, they are my surprise team to who I thought that they would have a better beginning of this season. But right now, man, Jacksonville Jaguars, you're a little bit phony. You know what I mean? You look like you had a mask on. You look like the team that we should be saying, hold up. Let's slow it down a little bit. Jacksonville Jaguars are my surprise team right now, man. And right, I really had high hopes, had high expectations for this team. Like I said, not way higher than my beloved Ravens. Of course not. How dare I? But no, honestly and for real though, I honestly thought that the Jacksonville Jaguars was going to be one of them teams that people was going to kind of be scared of, and teams were going to scratch their head to, kind of don't want to play against. But right now, Jacksonville Jaguars are the team that you probably want to play against. Like I said, man, they have a decent team, and Calvin Ridley and Travis Etienne and what's the guy, Christian Kirk. And like I said, Trevor Lawrence is not a bad quarterback. He's up in that. He's higher than the top 15. He's in that 12, 11 range. But I feel like that Jacksonville Jaguars is really going to have to dig deep and figure out who they want to be. Do they want to be that team that can continuously win that division, take over that division, and actually win a couple playoff games? Or if they just going to keep being that team, you'd be like, all right, they can win that division, but that's about it. So that's why I say that's why I feel like Jacksonville Jaguars are my surprise team, and I feel like they should do better. They got to do better. Not better than the Ravens, but do better. All right, man. Let's switch it over to the next segment. You feel me? And the next segment. Start right now, you feel me? And this next segment, I want to talk about which key player injury will impact their team the most. You feel me? Because it's a lot of key players that's hurt, man. We got a J.K. Dobbins, who my beloved Ravens, who lost for the year with a torn Achilles, man. I'm still pissed about that because I really thought that J.K. Dobbins was going to have a breakout year. You feel me? Especially if y'all want to know more how I really felt about J.K. Dobbins, man, go tune into my episode of At the Bank Frustration, Contract Frustration, and when they got into the training camp and he finally came out his holdout. I was really high on J.K. Dobbins, man. So go make sure y'all go check out At the Bank, you feel me? But J.K. Dobbins, I really thought that he was really going to have a great season. Nick Chubb, wow, that is a real low blow to the Cleveland Browns, in my opinion. The Cleveland Browns offense really, no pun intended, ran through Nick Chubb. It was all about Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb was having a decent game, the Cleveland Browns was having a decent game. Nick Chubb is a top 3 running back in this league. You feel me? So I know that really hurt the Cleveland Browns. Trayvon Diggs, I know that really hurt the Dallas Cowboys fans, man. Cowboys Nation, I know y'all thick about this. That was one of the ball hawking cornerbacks we have in this league. He's not really a shutdown corner, in my opinion. He's one of them corners that he's like a Marcus Peters who likes to gamble, and at times he gambles right. And at times when he do gamble, man, it's a home run when he gambles. So he has that big play making ability. But it just now is, how is that really going to lean towards over to Stephon Gilmore now? Is he going to be able to hold that fort down? How the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to be able to hold up now? Mike Williams of the Chargers went down. Oh, man, and I'm pretty sure that really hurt the Chargers, man, because Mike Williams is a top premier wide receiver in this game. I'm pretty sure we can put Mike Williams in the top 10. Mike Williams throw up big numbers. Mike Williams can open up the field for Justin Herbert. He's the deep threat for Justin Herbert. That occasionally Mike Williams do get hurt a lot. So that's like his only downfall. But now he's most definitely going to be out for the rest of the year, man, and that's going to hurt the Chargers. Jalen Ramsey, who has not played the season yet, but the Dolphins are still rolling. Do you think the defense would be better if Jalen Ramsey was there? Do you think the Miami Dolphins defense can really put pressure? Because that damn offense is, boy. God damn, that offense is. You feel me? So and we also got Aaron Rodgers, who derailed the whole Jets plan this year. And now they suffering for going all in on Aaron Rodgers. So, with all those injuries right there, man, they are big, significant injuries to that team. And I feel like that it's all going to derail each team plan. But just one particular injury, in my opinion, and I know I'm not the biggest fan of his, but this one injury, it changed the whole team plans. And that injury and that player is Aaron Rodgers of the New York Jets, man. And I know people was like, hold up. You got to be shitting me at all the people names that you just ran through. You actually going to say that Aaron Rodgers has the worst impact? Yes, it does. If y'all not paying attention, look at the New York Jets offense now. Shitty, terrible, boo-boo. You got fans ready to put paper bags over the head. You got your Hall of Fame legend quarterback going on the radio stations, tweeting, whatever he's doing. He's doing all this stuff. You feel me? And he's saying that Zach Wilson is not the guy. And I said that when Aaron Rodgers first went down. Zach Wilson is not the guy. He has not shown anything. That's performance that he showed last year. That characteristic on that interview, I forgot exactly what he said, but he showed us that's who he is. He is not a starting quarterback. He's the guy that is waiting his turn, and eventually you will hope that he would have the same type of path that Geno Smith had for the Seattle Seahawks. You feel me? That's what you was hoping for Zach Wilson. But Zach Wilson, he's not going to be able to, with that with that good defense that the New York Jets have, it's not going to be enough for Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson he got good wide receivers. Good, not great. He got good wide receivers. You got big time in wide receiver in what's his name? Garrett. You got Randall Cobb, you got Lazard, you got some good wide receivers. But you know the only thing that those wide receivers was good for? Aaron Rodgers. They bought those receivers in there for Aaron Rodgers, not Zach Wilson. So this is why I'm saying that this Aaron Rodgers injury derailed the New York Giants season completely. Like, it is done for the New York Jets. If the Jets really sit here and think they actually going to make the playoffs or win their division, you smoking on something that you shouldn't be smoking on. You feel me? You just...
I like your funny words, Magic Man. Snap back to reality.
That's what the New York Jets need to do, man. Snap back to reality. I'm pretty sure some of their fans already did, because they already know that with Zach Wilson as their quarterback, it's not going to happen. When Aaron Rodgers, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers, but he is one of the baddest man in the regular season. Oh, man. I'm sorry for the sound, everybody. Please give me 1 second to try to get rid of this sound real quick. Sorry about that, everybody, man. My wife set me up. She left the smoke alarm. I had the oven on and smoke alarm went off. Sorry for the loud interruption. But as I was saying, that Aaron Rodgers, it's not he derailed when his injury went down, it derailed the whole season. like I said, Zach Wilson won't be the guy. It's not going to be the savior, even with that defense that they have right now. So that's why I really picked that. Aaron Rodgers' injury is more significant than anybody else's injuries. Like I said, I'm not saying that their injuries don't matter. I'm not saying it's not going to affect their team. But at the same time, I really feel like the reason, like I said, I picked the Jets to win their divisions because, number one, Aaron Rodgers was the baddest man when it comes to regular season football. You know, I mean, he can throw up big stats. He's your multiple-time MVP. He's your guy that can lead you with nothing that he don't have nothing, just like what he did in Green Bay. You feel me? So at the same time, I really feel like that Aaron Rodgers' injury is just way more impact. Like I said, Nick Chubb, that injury really derailed the Browns' chances of actually getting a run game. I understand that Kareem Hunt, he's the monster, he's the beast, but at the same time, he's not Nick Chubb. But the Browns, I didn't really have no high expectations, and this is not because I'm a Ravens fan. This is just pretty much, you know, speaking as a sports fan. I don't really have high expectations on the Cleveland Browns. I don't think that the Cleveland Browns was even going to win that division. I had picked the Cleveland Browns to actually be at the bottom of the basement of our division. I still not really sold on Deshaun Watson being the 230 million mil guaranteed contract. Still don't believe that that's him. I still don't believe that Deshaun Watson is going to get things done and even help Cleveland become a playoff bound team or even sniff the playoff. I mean, the Super Bowl. So, Travion Diggs, I felt like his injury will change the Dallas Cowboys defense because now they just don't have to key on Michael Parsons and Diggs. Now they just gotta focus on where's Michael Parsons. How do we stop Michael Parsons? Is there a scheme and all that good stuff now? Because that's your main threat on the defense. And I still feel like the Cowboys can still win it. Well, not win it division because I picked them coming second. But I still feel like the Cowboys can still hold down that number 2 position in the NFC East division. You feel me? I still feel like the Giants they already showed us who they were. You know what I mean? In the first couple of weeks, the Giants are just flatline, terrible, doo-doo. You feel me? The Washington Commanders, they haven't really turned that corner yet. Now I really see that Sam Howell is not the guy right now. I don't believe in Sam Howell, and long as Sam Howell is still that quarterback, man, he's still looking confused. The Washington Commanders are going to have a long season also. So that's why I feel like Dallas can still hold down that number 2 spot. It's just that I don't feel like Dallas can even catch Philly now when it comes to winning that division because Diggs is not there. So, but like I said, the Cowboys still has potential in their season still can go on. But as far as the New York Jets, it's nowhere in hell that they even going to even win that division, make the playoffs, even look good to even watch anymore. So I clearly can see that the New York Jets season is over. It was over when Aaron Rodgers went down. As soon as they announced that he had a torn Achilles, it was over. That's why I picked that Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers' injury has the bigger impact on their season. So that's why So we're gonna keep it going, you feel me? Now let's talk about week 3, boy. Week 3 has some games I need to talk about. So let's get there.
Let's go.
All right, week 3. Oh my goodness, man. Week 3. And here goes some of the scores of week 3 right here. You feel me? We had the New York Giants versus the San Francisco 49ers, and the 49ers got that 30-12. As I already alluded to, and I'm tired to keep saying it, the Indianapolis Colts had beat the Ravens 22-19 in the overtime win. The Cleveland Browns had beat the Tennessee Titans 27-3. And I feel like that the Cleveland Browns, that was supposed to have been Deshaun Watson's best game of the season. I actually thought that the Tennessee Titans were going to put up a better fight than that, but they was only scored 3 with King Henry and with D-Hop. But, I really don't have no high expectations for the Tennessee Titans either. The Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos, if y'all can just see that, yes, it was 70-20. the Dolphins had beat the hell out of the damn Denver Broncos. And let me just stop that right here. And let's talk about this game right here. Now, number one, if I was the Miami Dolphins, I would have ran that score up. Number two, I don't know why people keep on thinking that the Denver Broncos is going to be a better team than they were last year. Just because they got Sean Payton. Sean Payton has really derailed this season also. I don't really see that the Denver Broncos is going to come out the basement of the AFC West. I really think that the way that the Miami Dolphins, and yes, I understand it's early in the season. The Miami Dolphins was throwing up scores like this last year. Now, they didn't throw up 70, but they were throwing up a bunch of points last year also in the beginning of the season. So we kind of was expecting the Miami Dolphins to be like that. But at the same time, you don't let no team throw up 70 points on you, though. Like, oh, my God. And then, Sean Payton is going back and forth with saying that Tua is not the guy, that Tua should be in the NFL and all this good stuff. And Tua showed him otherwise. It was to the point that Tua didn't even have an incomplete pass until like mid-second quarter, somewhere in that nature. And like I say, he lit the Broncos up. And a lot of people want to blame it on Russell Wilson. I'm not going to fully blame it on Russell Wilson and how the Denver Broncos is losing. Yes, Russell Wilson should be capable of playing better than what he's normally playing. But at the same time, Russell Wilson didn't play that good in Seattle either. And then as soon as he left, Seattle went to the playoffs with Geno Smith as their quarterback. And he had almost the same exact players from when Russell Wilson had left. So, I just think that the Broncos are in the shit show. I think the Broncos are going to be a team that's going to be lost for the next couple of years, in my opinion, man. And I think that the Broncos has been lost and searching for a quarterback ever since they paid all that big money to Brock Osweiler. And ever since they've been paying Brock Osweiler they paid him that big money, the Denver Broncos has been searching for a quarterback ever since. Ever since the sheriff, Peyton Manning, has left. That lets you know that the Denver Broncos is going downhill, in my opinion. But anywho, let's get back to the scores. The New England Patriots getting the dub against the New York Jets 15-10. The Buffalo Bills wind up beating the hell out of Washington Commanders 37-3. Oof. The Dallas Cowboys wind up beating the Atlanta Falcons. No, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. The Atlanta Falcons wind up beating. Hold on. No, the Detroit Lions wind up beating the Atlanta Falcons 20-6. I apologize. The Green Bay Packers wind up beating the New Orleans Saints 17-18. And that game right there, man, and the Saints, I don't know how the hell the Saints lost that game, in my opinion. I feel like the Saints had the game till it was like 8 minutes left of the game. And then Jordan Love came alive. The Saints offense couldn't move the ball, and the defense couldn't stop Jordan Love either. So it shows that Jordan Love has potential. The Packers still have a little bit of life after Aaron Rodgers. And it looks like they did not choose wrong for going young and not staying with the old. So, right now the Packers are 2-1, looking good. I know my man Kurt is real happy about that. Yeah. The Houston Texans wound up beating the Jacksonville Jaguars 37-17. The Chargers beat the Vikings 28-14. The Carolina Panthers lost to the Seattle Seahawks 37-27. The Cowboys lost to the Arizona Cardinals 28-16. Let me stop that right there. Woo! My favorite ladies, Barry, all the rest of you Cowboys fans, what happened? You let Josh Dobbs, who was like the fourth string quarterback for them, because Arizona got rid of Kyler Murray's hurt. They got rid of Colt McCoy. Don't know who was the other quarterback before Josh Dobbs. And then Josh Dobbs came in right before the season started. But to credit, though, the Cardinals has been in a lot of games. The Cardinals have shown that they are okay team when they want to be. But at the same time, man, I still don't have no faith in the Arizona Cardinals. But they did beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys didn't even score a touchdown. And I know the Ravens lost. Y'all probably gonna be like, yeah, the Ravens lost. Man. I don't know. But we didn't lose to the Arizona Cardinals. Anywho, what was I said the Arizona Cardinals had beat the Dallas Cowboys. The Kansas City Chiefs, with no surprise, beat the Chicago Bears 41-10. Your picks, the Steelers had beat the Las Vegas Raiders 23-18. The Eagles had beat the Tampa Bay Bucks 25-11. And to round it off, the Bengals beat the Los Angeles Rams 19-16. And like I said, man, it was a very interesting week 3. We've seen some teams fold. We've seen some teams didn't look that best. We see some teams lose to some teams that they weren't supposed to lose to, like the Ravens, the Cowboys. Nobody really envisioned them to lose to those teams. You feel me? So, like I said, no disrespect to those teams, but you know, we'd have thought better. But week 4 is here, and let me go ahead and give y'all my week 4 picks, man. Week 4 is going to be very interesting, and I want to make sure y'all quote me on my week 4. You feel me? So, week 4, here's what I have. Give me 1 second. Bop. Boom. Boom. My week 4 picks consist of the Lions versus the Packers. I'm going with the Lions. The Browns and the Ravens. Y'all already know who I'm choosing. The Ravens. The Jaguars and the Falcons. I'm going to go ahead and pick my surprise team. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Jaguars. I feel like the Jaguars should be able to get this done. The Dolphins and the Bills. This should be a very interesting game, but I'm going to go ahead and pick the Dolphins because I feel like the Dolphins is hot right now, and they should be able to get the job done. The winless 0-3 Broncos and the winless 0-3 Bears. I feel like the Bears will win this game, and the Bears will keep the Broncos down, keep them in a stable. The Steelers and the Texans, the other team, not the Texans. The Texans will lose, but I'm tired of saying the other team. The Vikings and the Panthers. I think the Vikings will get their first win in this game. The Panthers is depleted with a lot of injuries, so I can see that. I can most definitely see the Vikings winning that. The Rams and the Colts. I'm gonna choose the Colts, even though the Rams has been playing decent this year, was in a lot of games, but I feel like the Colts got something a little bit. Even though they got that dub off for us, I feel like that's a start for them, and they've been in a lot of games all year, so I feel like the Colts will get that. The Buccaneers and the Saints. I will choose the Saints. I don't have no faith in the Buccaneers. I feel like the Saints, even with or without Derek Carr, I think they still can be able to beat the Buccaneers. The Commanders and the Eagles. I'm most definitely going to be choosing the Eagles on this one, man. Sam Howell. That's like the main reason why I'm going with the Eagles. I feel like the Eagles defense too. It's going to be the battle of the defense. Don't get me wrong, because both the Commanders' defensive line, that front seven, and with the Eagles' front seven, it's going to be dope. It's going to be a battle that I cannot wait to see. But I'm gonna choose the Eagles on that one. The Bengals and the Titans. I feel like the Bengals will win that one. I feel like the Bengals have found their stride last week, winning a close game. So I feel like they will get it done this week. Let's see. The Raiders and the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I just don't believe in the Raiders, man. I don't know what the Raiders' problem is. Psych, I do. It's Josh McDaniels. He is most definitely a problem, man. You gotta find a way to get rid of him soon, man. Because as long as he's the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, the Raiders won't win. You see what happened to the Denver Broncos. The Patriots and the Cowboys. I feel like the Cowboys will get this one, even with the depleted cornerbacks. I feel like Dak Prescott and the boys can really get this game done, and supposedly will get this game done in my eyes. The Cardinals and the 49ers. The 49ers, in my opinion, the 49ers are the best team in the NFL, in my opinion, right now. From top to bottom was 30 Purdy. with that defense that they have. Can't lie, those two linebackers, in my opinion, are the top 2 linebackers in the game. And right behind them will be Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. But I feel like the 49ers has the complete team, and they healthy right now. Let's see, the Chiefs and the Jets. We already know the Chiefs going to win that. There's going to be no competition. The Jets defense, might as well just go ahead and lay down because your offense is going to leave you out there on the field a lot of times. Too long. And the Seahawks and the Giants, I'm going to go ahead with the Seahawks. The Giants, they have not really shown me nothing. Danny Dimes hasn't really shown me nothing. They got that nice contract, but you're not showing me why you got that contract. You feel me? So that go my week 4 picks right there. Lions, Ravens, Jaguars, Dolphins, Bears, that Bumblebee team, the Vikings, Colts, Saints, Eagles, Bengals, Chargers, Cowboys, 49ers, Chiefs, and the Seahawks. It's my week 4 picks, you feel me? So I see I got a comment right here, man. Let me go ahead and get this comment out here. From my guy, Sports PSP, my guy Purnell. How impressed have you been with CJ Stroud? CJ Stroud I'm very impressed with CJ Stroud, in my opinion. I feel like CJ Stroud has been showing that the Houston Texans had picked the right pick. You know what I mean? I feel like that CJ Stroud, he's going to have some ups and downs. That's just what a quarterback and a young quarterback is going to have, is going to be going through. But at the same time, I think that DeMeco Ryans is the right head coach for him. I think with the culture that DeMeco Ryans can build in Houston can be right for CJ Stroud. And, you know, CJ Stroud is showing that he can go toe-to-toe. And he's not just a mobile quarterback. He's the guy that, yes, once he get outside that pocket, he's still accurate. But he's able to sit in that pocket because the Houston Texans doesn't really have that best offensive line. But he's able to sit in the pocket. He's able to put some strikes there. And you can see that he's able to go toe-to-toe with some teams. So I'm more impressed with CJ Stroud than I am with Bryce Young. Let's put that, you know, in perspective, even though that Bryce Young is dealing with an injury. But the Panthers has not really shown that offense is really to start clicking yet. But the Houston Texans, you kind of get out of scratch your head. Other than week 1, you're seeing that the Houston Texans offense is starting to trying to find their way. So that's why I picked. That's why I'm impressed with CJ Stroud and what he's had shown so far. So shout out to my guy Purnell, man, for that comment. All right, man. As I'm sitting here getting ready to close out this episode, man, I didn't give y'all my surprise team. I didn't talk about which key player injury will impact the team the most. I didn't give you the week 3 recaps. I didn't give you week 4 predictions. You feel me? Let's close this episode about my random thought. And it took me a minute. I had some random thoughts that I was like, man, this thought can really be a home run getter. This thought can be a home run getter. But it was a blockbuster news in the NBA that happened last night. A trade that happened. And I was like, man, I can't wait 2 weeks to talk about this because that's what my next episode is going to be about. So my random thought is that Dame Lillard, if you don't know, Dame Lillard has been traded to the Milwaukee Bucks now. Not the Miami Heat. He's not staying in Portland. He's not going nowhere else. He is a Milwaukee Buck now. Like, whoo! Like, who would have thought that 11 years with the Portland Trailblazers, he's finally got up out of there. And now he will be teaming up with the Greek Freak. You know, it's going to be a very, very interesting NBA season. And I cannot wait to see this. But, you know, I mean, with this, I've seen people talking about, oh, Milwaukee is now the NBA favorites of being the champs and all this. Let's break this down, shall we? In my opinion, this is, like I said, this is just my opinion. I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks can win the East, but they are not the favorites to win it all, in my opinion. I feel like you still have to go through Denver. And I know Denver's lost a couple key pieces, but they still got a lot of pieces that, you know, retaining from that NBA Finals team. But you still got to go with the Denver Nuggets. You still have to go with the Miami Heat, the team that beat you last year. And don't get me wrong, they lost a lot of players, a lot of players. That's why Jimmy Butler is claiming that the Milwaukee Bucks has been tampering. You feel me? But the Miami Heat has lost a lot of players. And Max Stroud, they lost Gabe Vincent. You know, hopefully Hero can play longer this year. Hopefully Duncan Robinson play better. But they lost some key pieces. But Jimmy Butler is the guy that we all had bet against, and he was able to take his team deep into the playoffs and into the finals. So we can't sleep with the Miami Heat. We still got the Boston Celtics, who also upgraded. Yes, they lost Marcus Smart, but they got Kristaps Porzingis, who's who can be a stretch four, who can occasionally play the five. So you still got the Boston Celtics in the East that can really fight Milwaukee. Philadelphia is still a good team. You still got Embiid over there. You know, so I'm not saying, and then, you know, if you travel over to the West, you got Golden State, you got Sacramento, you got my Lakers. You have a lot of teams that can really compete against the Milwaukee Bucks. But also on the flip side, the Greek Freak, we already know he's going to play hard in and out, through and through. And now you adding a caliber of Dame Lillard, who once he step across half court, you're going to have to really play him. Yes, he has the same type of range as Steph Curry. He's not as he don't hit as many as Steph Curry or whatever, but at the same time, once he step across half court, Dame, he is logo Dame. You feel me? So that's going to be a scary part. But you know, to win the finals, in my opinion, you have to have a bench, and I have to see what type of bench that Milwaukee is going to load, because they lost Grayson Allen, who was a good key bench player for them last year. Do you still keep Bobby Portis on a bench now? Because I'm saying that he's potentially a starter. Do you still have what's my guy named Pat Connaughton? Do you still have, you know, it's just like who is on the Milwaukee bench? So once Milwaukee find out that part, then you know, we can probably talk about Milwaukee being a title contender. But don't get me wrong, Milwaukee most definitely is going to put some teams on notice. Milwaukee is most definitely is not going to be the team that they was last year. Now, don't get me wrong, they did lose a key piece, and Drew Holiday, who's a good point guard, and he's a great defender. Somewhat, Dame is not the great defender as what Drew Holiday and what he brings to the table, but at the same time, you know, Dame is a top tier point guard in this game, in this league. So I can't wait to see how that team really gets structured. You know, now they got a legit big three in Dame, the Greek Freak, and Chris Middleton, which health is most definitely going to be the thing to watch for. You got to make sure that they stay healthy. Dame has missed a significant games in the last couple of years. The Greek Freak, as hard as he started missing some games the last couple of years. Chris Middleton last year didn't play majority of the season. So I understand that, yes, they got a big three. They top heavy on the three side. But at the same time, I need to see Milwaukee build the bench, build the rest of their team before I can say they are title contenders. So right now, yes, they are shooing for the playoffs in my opinion. But right now, I just really think that the Milwaukee Bucks are just a playoff team and not a title contender yet. You know what I mean? Things could change as the season go along. So that will bring the end to this episode, man. And I appreciate everybody who tuned in, who commented, and who will continue to tune in and comment on this episode. So make sure y'all go out here, like, share, subscribe as I try to reach some 1,000 subscribers. Make sure y'all go out here and follow the Grid Network as one of the greatest, the best network that's out here right now with all the great shows that we have and the platforms that we have. And if you're looking to grab your one of the merch from the Grid Network, man, make sure y'all go to the Grid Network, go to the website and purchase your hat, your shirt, sweatshirt, hoodies, you know, whatever it is that you into. We have it. I guarantee you, it's for a good cause. You feel me? It's not gonna break your pockets or nothing like that. You feel me? So make sure y'all go ahead and grab the merch, man. Cause like I said, we got different shows, not just MTMO or At the Bank. We got Carving It Up with Bryce, All Even Podcast, Clutch Sports, Outside the Cage, The Forum, Commanders on Demand, The Raiders Roundup. You feel me? A whole lot of great shows. You feel me? So make sure y'all tune into the grid. And, y'all already know, man, y'all can catch me in the streets. You feel me? Make sure y'all follow me on all my social media platforms as it trickles down at the bottom. You feel me? You can make sure you follow my Instagram and my TikTok at MTMO_sports podcast. You can follow my Twitter and my Facebook at my THTS, my opinion. You feel me? So make sure y'all go out here and follow all of my social media platforms. Because like I said, it gives you all the great details, though, what the sports what's going on in the sports and the stuff that I'll be kicking on, out of my mouth. You feel me? So as always, man, it's been a pleasure of me sitting here kicking the ish with y'all, but I'm out.